What up? It's 10 Toes Down. I'm here with my brother.
Free.
My brother Free. So we're going to get right into it. So, Free, because we're going to talk about prison. We're going to talk about the horrors of prison. So what's one of your worst situations that ever happened to you in prison?
Well, one of the worst situations, when I first went up, this is like 1990, February. I've been upstate like 18 months at the time. I was doing 27. At the time, I was only doing 22 to life before this incident happened. This is February 1990. We're going to the mess hall. I'm in I block. They used to call that Iraq. So I'm going to I block. And at the time, they had switched it over where you had to start lining up to go to the mess hall. So when we go into the mess hall, I'm telling it's these Spanish kids. I'm like, yo, I don't like people standing behind me. You know, I ain't got no beef with you or nothing like that. I just don't like people standing behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the dudes was like, what, you got special seats reserved in the back or something like that? That shit ain't even about nothing. My mind was already made up. I was stabbing him. That shit ain't about nothing.
You gonna stab the dude?
Yeah, I was stabbing him over that.
Hold on, wait. Let's get the understanding. You was gonna stab him because he said you got special seats reserved?
Yeah, he's questioning why I'm telling him I don't want nobody standing behind me. So he's like, what? Like, them seats are yours or something? So Elmira at that time, any little slight or any perceived threat, you gotta address it immediately. Like, you can't play no games, because if you come across as weak, they coming for you. They coming for your commissary, packages, anything you got that's worth having, somebody else want it. Anything, you think of it. You got a girl, somebody wants your girl. Anything worth having, somebody else want it at this particular time.
So what happened?
So I made my mind up. Once he said that, I'm like, I'm gonna stab this dude. I make it back to my cell. You know, I get my weapon, come out to go to rec. The dude don't come to rec. So he
ain't got no idea this is gonna happen.
He should have had an idea when he said what he said. He know how this go. You said that slick shit out your mouth. You should have been prepared for what's gonna come after that. So he's a porter, by the way. So you definitely can't play no games with no porter, because they can burn you up in your cell. They can set your cell on fire while you in there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it happened all the time. So the next morning, you know, I get up like 5 o'clock in the morning, which was my routine. I would get up nice and early, make my bed up, make sure all the lights is out. You know, you only got one light anyway. Make sure the light is out. And I would sit in my cell by the door and watch people walking by my cell to see who was watching, see if anybody would look in my cell.
Watching what?
Looking into my cell. You ain't supposed to look in nobody's cell. So I'm watching to see if somebody was watching me.
So if somebody look inside the cell, what happens if they look in your cell?
That's a violation. What you looking at my cell for?
Because I'm walking by, I look that way.
Yeah, but it was nothing in this cell that belonged to you. So if you're looking in there, you're looking for something.
What? So that's the mentality.
That's the mentality. You don't look in nobody else's cell.
So you didn't look in nobody's cell?
No, I ain't looking in nobody's cell. What's going on in your cell ain't none of my business. I keep my eyes forward. I don't look in nobody's cells. I don't get in nobody's business.
All right.
But anyway, this day, when the gate cracked, he walked by with like 4 other dudes. So I come out, lock my cell, and I just start stabbing them. The dudes that was with him, they just spread. They ain't try to help him or nothing. They just got out the way. So while I'm stabbing him, I give it to him. He was fighting back. The police come. There's only one police, and the police grab him. He don't even got a weapon. The police don't realize I got a weapon. And so while the police is holding him, I start stabbing him again. In the process, the police get stabbed. So now the police he's screaming, you got him, you got him. This is what the police is telling me. And he's trying to pull him away from me. So I'm talking to the police now, like, nah, he want to front, he want to front. So I'm stabbing him as I'm saying he want to front, and the police is pulling him away. More police come. They grab me. So when they grab me, I throw the knife in this guy's cell. He throw the knife back on the company, which is a no-no. So
Hold on. You threw it in another dude's cell.
Yeah, he's supposed to flush it. That's how they did it back then.
He was in the cell?
He was in the cell. This is early in the morning. He ain't go to child.
So he know automatically to flush.
He's supposed to flush it.
He ain't got nothing to do with it, though.
You got something to do it once it go in your cell. You don't throw that shit back out on the company. You flush that shit. You do something with it. So when he threw it back on the company, I said, yo, I'm a murderer. I just started screaming, I'm a murderer. So they just dragged me down the company, right? throw me up in the slot sink area. The only thing that saved me from getting a massive beat down was the warden was walking at the time, because it's early in the morning, so he was making rounds. So before they can do anything to me, he already seen me and seen that I wasn't injured or nothing like that. So they just put me right into the box. They gave me 2 years behind that, and gave me 3.5 to 7.
3.5 to 7 years for that stabbing.
Yeah, I took it to trial. The guy ain't pressed charges, but the state brung up charges for the police.
So hold on. So how much time was you serving already?
22 to life.
You already was serving 22 to life. Then you just caught 3 more years.
3.5.
3.5
to 7.
So that made it what? 25.
Yeah, 25.5.
Oh shit. All right. So then now what happened?
They put me out in the box. Then they PK'd me out. So a funny thing about it, because at the time I was like 21, I must have weighed about $150 with rocks in my pocket, you know. So 21 I can pass for like 17 at the time. So they transferred me to Kawasaki box. So when I get there, I'm in the car, I get out the car, the police and sergeants and the lieutenants, they waiting because they already called ahead, let them know who coming, right? So when I get out the car, they like, yo, where you at? This is what the police is asking the police who transported me over there, like, yo, where you at? They think the one they looking for is still in the van. Now that's him right there. You? They said, you bet not try that shit over here. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Just put me in my cell. They put me in a cell. And I took that case to trial.
And got 3.5 to 7 for assault.
For assault.
In prison. Okay. So now you win the box, you come out the box, you go to Clinton.
Yeah, they gave me 2 years in the box, but I got out after 18 months for, good time and all that stuff.
All right, so let it be noted that this is a brother who came upstate weighing no more than 145 pounds. As from the looks of it, he looks like he's a nerdy guy, got the glasses on, slim. So imagine how he looked back then. He looked like a prey, like people try to take advantage of him. But he wasn't having it. So then I just want to show y'all that the toughest guys, gangsters, I don't care who you are, all those guys who so-called was holding it down in prison, they can get it too. They can.
I seen some tough guys get it. I done seen it. I seen some tough guys get the business. They wasn't so tough when they got the business either.
That's right. So what happened? What happened with your situation?
With my situation, this happened in Sing Sing, but it wasn't with an enemy. This is somebody that I used to break bread with when we was in Clinton. So we was in Clinton I was in Clinton like 2 years, a little over 2 years, from 91 to 93. So me and this individual, we became cool. We had the court together and all that stuff, cooking. But he had a Napoleon complex, so he would always get into bullshit over nothing. At the time, I done caught the new biz, so my mindset is totally different. Like, yo, I'm working backwards. I'm trying to get out of prison. So I'm more, now I'm talking. And like, if I got an issue with somebody or if I feel I got a slight, I'm more willing to talk instead of just resulting straight to trying to stab somebody or something like that, because I'm not trying to get another bid. Because when I got this bid, the one in Elmira, they said, if you come back again, we're giving you another life bid. So long story short, this dude here, we was cool, but he kept dragging me into shit. So I said, listen, man, I'm not fucking with you no more. In his mind, he couldn't accept it. I don't know why. If you tell me, if Shaz say, yo, Free, I'm not fucking with you no more. All right, you just one less nigga I got to worry about. You get keep locked. I ain't got to send you nothing. You get into a beef in the yard. I ain't got to go out there. You just one less motherfucker I got to worry about. I'm thinking he think like that, but he don't. They transfers to Sing Sing at the same time. I go down there to go to college. They transfers down to Sing Sing. So we there like 3 days. I don't got no beef with nobody or nothing like that. I done scoped out the prison. We go to get our property. So he sees that there's a lot of people there that I know. And out of nowhere, he says, yo, Free, you're going to go to A block, you're going to get a gun, and you're going to stab me. I'm like, yo, why would I do that? You ain't never do nothing to me. I ain't got no beef with you. I'm just not fucking with you because you keep dragging me into shit and I can't afford it. I heard what he said, but I'm not paying attention to what he said. I'm not paying attention to what he said. At the time, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat no meat. So for chow, I don't go to chow to have meat. I'm just laying in my cell. I blame myself because I got lax. Sing Sing, I'm not used to that where your doors just open and they got to lock it. Everywhere I've been, you close your door and it's locked. It just slam, lock, bang. This they got to come around with the key. So I'm fully dressed though. I'm just laying on top of my bed, fully dressed, but I got my eyes closed. And then I feel somebody grab my leg. So I immediately come up. When I come up, he hits me. I'm thinking he just punched me. So I jump on, we start rumbling. So, you know, when you break, you fight, and then you break, like to get your bearings and go at it again. That's when I feel something on my face. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I see the blood. So I just snatched the towel off of the foot of my bed, wrapped it around my hand so now I can block the razor. But the damage is already done because I'm already cut here and I'm cut on my neck. I didn't feel it at the time because of the razor. You don't feel that when you're fighting. So we start fighting again. I pick up the, you know, you got the plastic water buckets. And I'm just hitting him in the head with the water bucket, hit him in the head. We break again, and then he's like, yo, free, let me go. I'm like, let you go, nigga, somebody gotta die. You, me, somebody, you know? So he go at it again. The police come now, because people coming back from child, the police come. They catch us. He's like, yo, break it up. So when I turn, he jumps over the bed and runs out the cell. I chase him down the company, but all I got is the water bucket, so I'm hitting with the water bucket. He gets in the cell, the riot squad come. They take me out. They take him, lock him up. He beats the ticket because I say he ain't do nothing. So they gave him 15 days keep lock because he couldn't get around being in the cell. They caught you in the cell, so he couldn't get around that. So they gave him 15 days for being out of place. He sent me his ticket and all that. And then they transferred me out. That's how this happened. Not by an enemy, not by somebody I did something to. A motherfucker I used to break bread with that I told him, listen, I can't fuck with you no more because I can't afford to catch no new bed.
So how many stitches you got?
I don't know. I don't even know how many stitches it was. Nah, I ain't remember.
So was it like a bad cut?
Yeah, it was a bad cut. It was keloid, but you know, I got that keloid skin. But they took, you know, the steroids. They shot it with the steroids, and it just went down. Yeah.
Okay. So then after that, did you ever get into any situations, violent situations after that?
Oh yeah, I got in. That wasn't the first or last situation that I got into, but a lot of my beef came after that. They came from it like the dude just ain't like me. Because my whole bid, I made sure I stayed out of people's business. If it was your business, it wasn't my business. I just mind my business. I didn't do drugs. I didn't gamble. I didn't mess with homos. That's 99.9% of the beef you're gonna have in prison. Behind those 4 things, I stayed away from that. The other, that 0.%, a motherfucker just don't like you. You can't help it. Somebody just ain't gonna like you because they just ain't gonna like you. It's like that in society. That's just how it is. But I got into other instances, but you know, fisticuffs, stuff like that. It wasn't really. At that time, I started like mellowing out. You know, you get older, and you know, for the most part, I was law library. Started working out and watching sports. That's what I did for the most part after that. You know, going to college still and different programming.
All right, so I just wanted to be noted that this is not a glorification. It's just to let you see the horrors and the ugliness of prison and poor decision making. This is what happens, and this is what you're going to be up against if you go to prison.
One thing they need to know, them crackers will lose you in that system.
Yeah.
They will send you up there and lose you and don't care nothing about you or your family. The whole system is built up to destroy family bonds. It's set up for that. You put yourself in there, now they're going to help you destroy your family further. I don't blame nobody for me going in there because I knew right and wrong and all that. I just got caught up in the street life.
So who you was raised by?
My grandmother.
Okay. Was your father in your life?
Yeah, you know, holidays, birthdays. He gave my grandmother money for me and my sister, you know.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't blame the environment. I made those decisions. I made poor decisions at the time. But you young, so.
Yeah. So what you've done since you've been home then?
Since I've been home, you know, when I first came home, it was rough because you got no work history, no experience, nothing. You know, I got locked up. I was just turned 18. My son was like a month old. You know, he's 33 years old now. So when I came home, you know, I had these grandiose ideas. Yeah, let me go get my OSHA, got my flagger, got my scaffold certification. I got all these certifications. I had my license within a month after being out of prison. I had my CDL license within, I got out in September. I had my CDL license in February. I got out October 2014. September 2014, I had my CDL. February 2015.
So what you doing now today?
Now I work for the MTA.
For the city bus?
Yeah, I work for New York City Transit. I work for the city.
So they let you get in there with a felony, all this shit in your past and
As
everything?
long as you are not on parole, probation, you got to have all your depositions and all that. When I first came home, right there in the parole offices and right there on Merritt, they had the sign for a sanitation exam was out. They were saying, take it. This is what parole was telling people on parole.
Mm-hmm.
Take that exam. You can get hired by the city.
Okay.
I took every city exam. I passed the train operator.
Okay.
To be a trainer, I passed that exam, but I didn't meet the work requirement. You had to have at least 1 year of continuous work at one company. I just came home, so I didn't have the work history, so I didn't meet that requirement. But yeah, I passed every city test I took. I passed.
So how is it for you today? Now you finally home. You served what, 27 years, right?
27.
You been home how long?
September will be 7 years.
Yeah, time flies. 7 years. I remember when you came home.
Yeah. Jamaica Avenue. You drove me home.
That's right.
That's
right,
you on
man.
Jamaica Avenue right there. Jamaica and Parson, that over there, Jamaica Center.
That's crazy. So, man, that's a beautiful thing, man, for you to finally come home, be with your loved ones, be with your son and everything, man, and that experience is in your past, it's behind you, and you're never going to experience it again. Just give me some word for the youth out there.
This ain't just for the youth. This is for people, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you shouldn't accept no. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't and can't do. You know, everybody when I was coming, yo, you can't get this job, you can't do this, you can't do that. I went to a lot of jobs and got turned down. Not because they didn't want to hire me, I just didn't meet the requirements.
Mm-hmm.
My motto is, don't never say no to yourself. Let them tell you no. Don't shoot yourself down before you even try to do something. Whatever it is, it ain't got to, if you want to work for yourself, you want to start your own business, don't shoot yourself down and don't let nobody else kill your dream, because you got dream killers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody else kill your dreams. Whether it's family, friends, anybody, you got to stand firm in what it is you want to do, and then you got to make it happen. It just can't be a pipe dream. You got to set the foundations and go through the process of making that happen, but never tell yourself no. Always let them tell you no, and don't let no stop you.
That's right.
Don't let no stop. All you need is one person to say yes, and now you got to make the most of that opportunity once they say yes. Now it's on you, but don't never tell yourself no. That's my advice to people in general. Man, women, little kid, whether you've been in prison, just got out, never been in prison, don't never tell yourself no, man. Anything is possible. Just put your mind to it.
All right. And with that, we out.